Then this needs to come like this. Hello. Okay. Yes. Okay. Hi. I'm Ob, and I'm the co-founder of Dandelion Branding. And today I'm going to talk about what is a holistic content marketing strategy and how to put that into place for your brand. I am live on both YouTube and Instagram. So let's make it. Let's get a little interesting. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Dandelion focuses on content marketing, and the reason for that is we work specifically with sustainable brands. And sustainable brands tend to be a little bit more expensive than a typical greenwashing or like cheaply made brand for obvious reasons. If you follow us, that's like, hi, thanks. So they really need to focus on content marketing and building trust, sustainable audiences. They don't like being sold to, and they don't like and they really want to trust and believe in what you have to say. So content marketing is really one of the best ways to go if you're running a sustainable brand. If you're running any brand, really, that's really the best way to go for long-term trust and stability in your company. So we operate even deeper than that. Courtney and I have, we're coming on 3 years at Dandelion Branding. Wow. And we've created a structure that we call a holistic content marketing strategy. That is essentially a content marketing strategy and then a plan and calendar that takes your whole brand and all of your marketing and your audience into consideration when creating your marketing structures and your goals. And not just the individual campaigns or even the individual platforms. So yeah, you're going to have an social media strategy, but it will be intimately tied with the other pieces of your brand. It's going to be it's going to be tied with your audience and your email and your content and everything else that you're putting out. This creates consistency across all of your platforms, all of your brands, so that no matter where you show up, you're always sharing the same message with the same voice. It's consistent, it's clear, and it's way easier to build trust that way. And when you build trust as a sustainable brand, you also make sales. You also make money. This is how sustainable brands make money, is they have audiences that trust them. That's the best way. So yeah, by the way, guys, if you have any questions, feel free while I'm talking, feel free to drop them in the comments, just so that, I'm happy to answer any questions. Just stop me. And yeah. I also have tea. Okay. Do you need a holistic content marketing strategy? I get this question actually more than I thought that I would when we started. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need it. You don't really need anything, but to be honest, the brands that we work with, the ones that operate the best, that build the most loyal fans, and have the most longevity, they have a holistic content marketing strategy. These are also the ones that make the most money, because you're talking to people through several different platforms in several different ways with the same voice. You're reminding them that you exist and educating them, not just showing up in their inbox asking for money. It's the most frustrating thing when your friend just ask you for money all the time. Nobody loves that. Nobody loves a moocher friend. Don't be a moocher friend. Don't be a moocher friend. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're at the good part. how do you do it? How do you create a holistic content marketing strategy? Actually, I'm going to give you the steps, but I'm going to tell you right now that if you really want to learn these and you really want to go deep into uh, this method and you want to embolden your brand and understand your audience a lot better and create content over time and build a business that's going to sustain you over time, join our course. I will put that course link in the it's in our bio in at Dandelion Branding's Instagram, and I will put it in the description on our YouTube channel. Okay, step one for creating a holistic content marketing strategy really shouldn't surprise you. Know your audience. A good content strategy at freaking anything. Don't throw spaghetti against the wall. Think about who your ideal client is. Who is it? You know, how do they want to hear from you? What do they want to know? There are really subtle differences within the sustainability niche that can make or break you. And this is something that we deal with and we see a lot. Not all sustainability audiences are the same. Not all of them are super crunchy. You know, sustainability is also pretty trendy right now. So you get a lot of people that are earnest and they're interested, but they also want to be trendy and cool in itself. So there are a lot of different ways to bring sustainability into your business. And it doesn't have to be through green and brown crunchy shit. And not every audience loves that. So know who your audience is. I can't stress this one enough. It's the most important thing, because even though your audience is a whole bunch of people, hopefully it's a whole bunch of people. It may just be like 1 or 3, but eventually it will be a whole bunch of people. And even though there's a lot of them and you're always going to be speaking one to the many, you should be speaking like one to one. Like they feel like you're speaking one to one with them. I think that's really important to say, especially if you are working on becoming a thought leader, having a personal brand, or doing a lot of teaching. That is something really important that people feel like, are you in my head right now? You're answering all of my questions. How did you do that? Where are you? You know, so yeah. Know who you're talking to. Okay. The second step is choosing your pillar content. For sustainable brands, knowing the content you want to create is one of the most important things, partially because this is how you build trust over time. Additionally, it allows you the opportunity to optimize your content for search engine optimization, or SEO. SEO is something that sustainable brands really don't do that often from what we've seen, and actually like most brands in general don't do that often from what we've seen, or don't do it great. So yeah, you want to really spend your time getting to know what kind of content you want to make. If you're going to make a blog, that's awesome. Those are easy to add SEO to. Those are easy to send out also. If you want to make video, use something like YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Because YouTube is a really incredible platform to help you get found. SEO on YouTube also works quite well. They're owned by Google. It makes sense. What else do I have anything to say? Oh, yes. If you are making really consistent video content, definitely keep it on the YouTube channel. But my recommendation is to write a little blurb, 300 words or more, ideally more, and optimize those words and embed your video into articles on your website. The reason being is that it will drive people to your website. There's a nice tip for that. Hold on, I would like to drink some more tea. Okay, social media. These are just steps. So your first step was knowing your audience. Your second step is getting your pillar content together. Your third step is nailing down your socials. How much energy do you have to post on social? As a matter of fact, I would say knowing your audience and understanding your own energy for creating a holistic content marketing structure is probably really important. Those are important things to do together. After you've chosen your pillar content, that gives you a really good idea of what you're going to drive people to, what kind of content you're going to be creating. So then create your social media content around what your pillar content is. Makes sense, right? They're connected. You're not making your posts should all be connected because they all come from you. They all come from one voice. You have you have lots to talk about, but you have a finite number of values and a finite number of interests that come along with your brand. So they should work together and kind of be something you talk about consistently. If that makes sense. Next is email marketing. Email marketing, okay, is like my favorite thing. So probably if you've watched one of my lives before, I've talked about email a lot. For a sustainable brand, really any brand, but specifically a sustainable brand, if you're operating as an herbalist, if you're operating in any kind of healthcare, supplements, food, CBD, anything like along those lines, or health at all, or like even energetic vibrations in some countries because of the rules around what you can say around radiation. Email marketing is your best friend because you can't put a lot of information about supplements or herbal medicine or anything like that online, or in your social medias. Most brands that have herbal-based products that help heal you or your skin or anything like that, they can't run ads. You can't run ads to stuff like that. So email marketing is crucial for growing your business, for making money, and for just being intimate with your fans, your loyal customers. Email is the one place where you have someone's undivided attention. That doesn't really happen very often. So, send emails. But that should be, but the email, the social media, and your pillar content should all be part of the same strategy. You should think about them together. Once you have, and that leads to this step, is that once you have this stuff together and you know the energy that you have to put into creating your content, make sure that everything you're putting out there is consistent. That if you're making a blog post, that it's not just sitting on your blog and you haven't said anything about it to your social audience and sent it out to your email. Like, these things should be put together. And then finally, it's the end, but it's also the beginning. Once you've put everything out, check out your data. Like, what does your data tell you? What does your audience say about what you've created? Do they like it? Could you have done something better? Your data will tell you. And then you have deeper information about your audience. And guess where that leads you? Back to step 1 with know your audience. So yeah, those steps again were know your audience, choose your pillar content together, set up your social media with your time and energy, spend time on email marketing, do that right, and then create a strategy and a content calendar that, wraps all of those things together. Once they're posted, look at the data and start over again. And basically, online marketing just becomes a circle, a constant, beautiful, closed loop, sustainable circle that you're just living in now. If this feels like a lot to you, this is really just the beginning. If you've never really thought about creating a strategy and you're kind of just throwing shit against the wall and you're not sure what's working or why or how to even go about defining who your audience is. Your audience is not everyone. It's just not. Please reach out. Please ask questions. And again, we're teaching a course starting in January, literally about these topics. You will get to talk to us every single week about how to do every step of the way, every one of these steps for your brand, and just pick our brain and get to know more about how to run a holistic strategy. And by the end of it, you're going to have one that will sustain you. So, yeah, I mean, of course, I highly recommend my own course because we made it for you. But this actually is something that we're super excited about. This is a strategy, or this is a method that we created that we've been creating over the past several years. And now we've operated it with dozens of brands and taught it to more. And it is incredibly helpful for everyone that has worked in it. So we would love to teach you too. Yeah. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. I'm going to end it on YouTube because now I'm live.